shows, big ballin'. Look, I'm very important. I took a break, had some things I had to get sorted. I might retire in my prime like I'm M. Jordan. Table dancing in Southampton. Use the glasses for Vanish. Be cooling out in the whip, but I done near every girl on my list. KD at the 3, Djokovic with the racket. Phelps in the pool, I'm like Speed at the Masters. Girl, you know you a bad. Girl, you know I'm a savage. They gon' let me in this club in these dirty vans. Clean money, I count stacks with these dirty hands. Do a show, cut the rack with my new advance. 50 bands, 80 bands, 100 bands. I'm the American dream. We the American dream. No money, no class, look at them. Another day in the USA. Just another day in America. Kids from my hood look up to the...
We find ourselves at the home of the world's first retractable natural grass field as you get a look inside State Farm Stadium in Glendale. Ahead, we'll decide the second entrant to next week's NFC title game as we've got a great one in store between the Seattle Seahawks and the Arizona Cardinals. Who will punch the fourth and final ticket to the conference championship round? We'll know soon enough as we are underway here on a January afternoon. They'll run for the first time with Johnson. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play there. Second down. Now they had the box stacked. That run was going nowhere from the start.
And when you say stacked, you really mean it, don't you? Because when you're talking about a 46 defense, commonly known as the Bear defense, you're covering up the guys inside, and you're allowing other people to get in there close to the line of scrimmage. Usually an 8-man front. That's difficult to block for an offense. On that play, the defense won in a big way. No gain at all.
Going right side here, and that's complete. That's good for a first down. There's a guy who went over 1,000 yards receiving in the regular season, and now he's got his first catch of the playoffs. A first down carry here for Johnson. And he'll push his way up to about the 44 here. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On second down, Wilson throwing middle, but it's incomplete. The linebacker, Bobby Wagner, able to get back in coverage and knock it free.
When you see passes knocked down by those guys I call the frustrated fullbacks, the linebackers, you know that in their zone coverage, they were able to drop, see the ball thrown, and react to it very quickly.
After an incomplete pass on second down, that'll leave them trying to convert on 3rd and 9. From the gun, it's Wilson. And able to connect with Berrios. His first reception of the divisional round matchup, but it's good for a first down as well.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
Throwing now, Wilson on first down. Throws right side, and that's complete. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. Another nice gain, 16 yards there, and a first down again. On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. And he'll take this one in for the Arizona touchdown. In for the score. And the Cardinals take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. Well, these guys have won 3 straight ball games, and another good start to this one out to the 6-0 lead.
And I've talked with so many different coaches, as have you, along the way, and they always talk about winning streaks and the mood of a team and how much easier it is to actually prepare during that time. Guys are sharp, guys are focused, everyone's feeling good, and we're seeing it early in this one.
And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. Here's Rashad Penny, first carry for the former San Diego State Aztec. And he's going to get about 7 yards on that one, up to around the 33.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
This is the Oklahoma State alum, Chris Carson. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
On 3rd down, Rosen. And able to find Kirk complete. 20, 10, and all the way in. Touchdown, Seattle. Christian Kirk, 69 yards. And the Seahawks just an extra point away from tying this thing up. Vinatieri connecting on the extra point, and we are tied at 7. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Cardinals offense now works their way back onto the field. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that, they had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away. Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. On 1st down, Wilson. And he fires one that's intercepted. Good positioning, and it's picked off. And they will finally get to him, but a great return has set him up 1st and goal at the 5. He had his eyes on the end zone. He got close. At least he set the offense up nicely, but he's probably mad he didn't take that one to pay dirt.
I agree with you, and you know he's going to get teased because he didn't get it all the way into the end zone. But if they don't score now, if they don't get a touchdown, he won't just get teased. They'll be glaring at him. How'd you not score? Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety? coming up and making the big-time play.
From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. They come out here in the I. They'll try to run with Carson. And this is not going to do it as he stopped at the 2-yard line. It'll go as no gain on the play, and now they're looking at a 3rd and goal. Another shot here from the 2 as they come up on 3rd and goal. Here's Rosen to throw. And that is incomplete.
And that's a crusher right there. Had his man open for a first down, threw a fastball. When that wasn't necessary, incomplete pass. When are these quarterbacks going to learn? You don't get extra points for how hard you throw the football.
And Vinatieri's kick is good. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. So no surprise if Vinatieri able to convert there. He is, of course, the owner of the NFL record for most postseason field goals.
Hard to believe he was undrafted coming out of college. And now here he is into his 40s, and he's still one of the best kickers around.
The Cardinal offense now making their way back out onto the field. A tale of two extremes already in this game. A touchdown pass on their opening drive followed by an interception last time out.
Now, it sounds like things balance out, right? What's that mythological thing that we do? If you have a candy bar, have a diet soda with it, it balances it out. And we know that's not really true, right? Because the interception, that sting lingers a little bit longer. Got to come out now and put together some nice plays.
It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Now Wilson on 2nd down. Wide open receiver complete. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. He had their lone TD earlier. Now he's got a first down. Wilson now already over 100 yards passing in this first quarter. It's 1st and 10. Play action. Now Wilson. Dumping it off for Johnson. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter. That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. They go play action with Wilson. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Trey Boston. And he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They'll start out on the ground with Carson. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 45. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. At 5 yards on the play there, the drive will continue.
They were not fooling around at all, were they? 2nd and short, and they brought out the heavy package. Almost felt like the super heavy package against that defense, didn't it?
Yeah, I don't think they expected that much beef up front, and it turned into an easy first down conversion.
Gone!
They'll look to throw on first down with Josh Rosen. Pressure comes, and the Cardinals bring him down. Derek Barnett in there to drop him, and it'll be a loss of about 8. And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack, you're really almost discrediting their work.
Now Rosen to throw on second down. That's caught by Penny. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for third down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Lucky 56. Detroit!
From the gun on third down, it's Rosen. That's caught on the left side by Kirk. And he gets this down deep inside of Arizona's 15-yard line. A gain of 32 that time. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. A first carry for the converted wideout, J.D. McKissic. Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
On second down, Rosen. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Rashard Matthews, a 14-yard touchdown. And the Seahawks add on to their lead.
The defense is doing their best, but they're struggling right now. They'll look for some help from their own offense to keep them in the game.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This fielded at the 2. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Cardinal offense here ready to take over. And 2 interceptions already here in this first half. That's got to affect him a little bit, right? He's got to be thinking about it.
He's got to be thinking about it, but most of the good ones, they find a way to put it aside. They're not happy about it by any stretch of the imagination. They find a way to put it aside and continue to play their game.
Can he put it aside? Let's find out. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. First down. One play has him to the 37 here for 1st and 10. Now a play fake here on 1st down. He's going to float this over the middle deep. This is caught inside the 15. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. A big play there. 63 yards. And the Cardinals are able to show off their quick strike ability. Butker now to kick this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And out now come the Seahawks. They have to be pleased with the way that they've moved the football thus far.
And why wouldn't they be? 2 touchdowns on a field goal in their first 3 possessions. They're playing so well right now, the field goal probably feels like a disappointment.
They'll start on the ground. It's Rashad Penny. Skirts by him at the 35. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards.
We don't talk about it very often, but sometimes there's a dip in intensity when you start the second half, which can manifest itself in some sloppy tackling. And how about right there? He ran right through that weak tackle attempt.
They keep it with Penny on first down. And very little room to maneuver. He'll get this down to about the 39. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
So 2 minutes to go in a wild first half. Back with more NFC playoff action after this. On second down, here's Rosen. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A gain of 32 that time. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. From the red zone now, here's Rosen on first down. His throw caught at about the 5. 11 more on that one and another first down.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up second and goal.
That run didn't get very far, and I think when you're looking at his dimensions, he's a little bit on the smaller side. He's counting on the big guys up front to escort him in, and they couldn't create any kind of space for him, could they?
Yeah, didn't get the push they needed. Second and goal, and Penny standing by himself in the backfield. He'll get it up the middle. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. Give him right around 4 on the carry. We'll see if they want to keep pounding here on third and goal.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
Now Rosen. There's Baldwin. Touchdown, Seattle. Doug Baldwin there to make the grab. And the Seahawks find a way to stretch their lead. Extra point was hooking, but he does make it through. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is taken at his 4. Oh, twisting away. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense getting the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3 and out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
Wilson. Pressure comes, and Wilson's going to go down. The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Off the play fake. Here's Wilson. He'll buy some time right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And it's knocked away and incomplete. Shaquille Griffin knocking it away that time in coverage.
Well, partner, they're not content to run this one out as we head towards the half, trying to hit a big chunk play right there and add to their score.
Yeah, this is a confident group. At the very least, they're thinking field goal.
Yeah, and I don't blame them one bit. I don't think you sit on the ball going into the half when you have a chance to put some more points on the board.
3rd and long, it's Wilson. And the Seahawk defense gets to him, and they bring him down. And now the Seahawks are going to take a timeout here on defense, as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. This is taken at the 15. A great return there, bobbing and weaving his way for 31 yards. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime. And the Seahawks get ready to trot out on the field. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one.
You want the third quarter already? No problem. Let's do it. So we've come upon halftime here in this NFC divisional round matchup. A trip to the NFC title game hanging in the balance. Second half action back underway. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Seahawks offense now, they get set to go back to work. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys. Be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. That one good for 10 yards. And it'll be second and very short.
Watch it now, Barney! Barney!
Again, it's Penny. Only a gain of a yard there, but it indeed gets him a new set of downs.
Second and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on third down and pick up the first down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the first down. That's exactly what they did.
He's going to air it out deep for Matthew. This is caught inside the 15. And he's going to get this deep onto Arizona's side of the field. A big play that time for the Seahawks. 59 yards. And what can they do here on second and goal? 3 red zone trips so far have yielded 2 touchdowns and a field goal. Now it's Carson. And he gets halfway home from the 4 down to the 2-yard line. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
Second and goal, and Penny standing by himself in the backfield. Oh, how about this call down near the goal line? And this one will wind up with him losing yardage back to the 4-yard line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up third down. Well, they've been so good on third down all day long. Can they convert another here on third and goal?
Lucky 56! Lucky 56!
To throw is Rosen. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces fourth down. A good drive gets them inside the 5, but they could not punch it in.
And credit the defense, too. Make sure that happens because that was the old bend but don't break approach. Made sure they contained them when they absolutely had to and forced the field goal attempt that went through.
And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. The Cardinals offense now ready to get their first opportunity here in the second half. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the play.
Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense. Frank Clark in there to get him for a loss of 5. Defensive end gets in there that time. They were in a 4-3. What's the responsibility of the ends versus the tackles there, Charles?
Well, most of the time when you talk about the ends, they're your pass rushers. They're the guys that you turn loose to try and get to the guy who's going to throw the football. The tackles, usually more of the run-stuffing variety. But the way this game is advanced, you're wanting a little bit of everything out of all of your guys. But let's just go ahead and break it down and make it simple. The guy who's the right defensive end versus a right-handed quarterback, that's the blind side. He's going after the quarterback. He's going to put him on the ground.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down.
Tempo.
On third down, Wilson buying time to his left. And Wilson's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off by the linebacker, Bobby Wagner. And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line.
Man, we see a lot of quarterbacks try and do this. They get out of the pocket, they get in trouble, and they try and force the ball into their star receiver to make a play, sometimes whether he's open or not. And I think this time, there's definitely an or not.
So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33. After the interception, here's Rosen. And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line. Henry Anderson able to swap him from that defensive tackle spot for a loss of 5. So second and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range.
Detroit!
A handoff to Penny. And they're running right through it. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. 14 yards there on the pickup, and that's going to make it third down and less than a yard. They'll try and run for it with Penny. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. Same result as last play, 14 yards and another first down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. Now Rosen looking to throw. That's complete right around the 8. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. Nice gain of 8 that time, but it's second and goal.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
They'll give it to him up the middle, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 2, now third down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
Well, they've been so good on third down all day long. Can they convert another here on third and goal? And he'll get him a bit closer as he's down to the 2-yard line. Only a yard that time, so now a decision to be made here on fourth and goal.
Now, this feels like old-school football because this has turned into a good old-fashioned goal line stand. So on offense, what do you do now? Do you decide to run it or throw it if you go for it on fourth down?
So 3 field goals that he's hit. Now this last one helps him stretch out the lead.
He's been solid, hasn't he? And he lives up to the adage that every offensive coach has ever said to us. We want to end every possession with a kick, right? For them, it's either extra point, field goal, or at worst, a punt. In this case, it's been 3s.
Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. Play action. It's Wilson. He's going to fire this thing deep right, and his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. They'll begin the drive with Carson. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first.
Well, Brandon, pace comes into play now because they've got the advantage. They've got the football, but they've got to be very careful about what speed they're going to play. You know, my music teacher back in New Paltz, Mrs. Bythema Bagley, used to say, don't go prestissimo when you really want to go largo. And what she meant by that is don't go too fast when you really want to go at a nice, slow, deliberate pace.
I am speechless. I am without speech. Darren Lee there to get him down. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
Rosen will throw. Rush coming, and he's taken down. These strong safeties, some people may not realize it. It's really like an extra linebacker, right?
It really is because they're hybrids. Half linebacker, half defensive back. The linebacker in him on that play emerged.
3rd and long here for Rosen. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. 18 yards there and a first down. So the ball moves from their own 41 to the other 41 here for 1st and 10.
Check, Patriot! Patriot!
They go play action here on 1st down. Being chased out left. There he goes inside the 30. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another 1st down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Throwing now, Rosen on 1st down. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Rashard Matthews the intended target, and now it's 2nd down. How good has he been throwing the football, though? And despite that incompletion, that's just the 3rd time he's been off target this entire game.
And Brandon, I've been on the other side of this equation, trying to defend a guy who's been this hot, and it chips away at your confidence. And when you're not confident when you're trying to defend, it makes you...
And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. J.D. McKissick, 26 yards. And the Seahawks add on to their lead. Well, after their wild card round game last week, you and I said, wow, they played pretty well. Maybe they got a shot at keeping this one close. They've done more than keep this one close.
Yeah, they've made quite a statement, haven't they? And I don't know if it was the week off that hurt this defense, but they've been flat from the get-go, and that's always a coach's fear. Okay, you earn the open week, but you wonder how they'll respond with that extra time off.
And it seems like they've been running uphill all game. Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
On 2nd down, Johnson. And he'll get this one up to the 26. Only a yard on the pickup there, so it leaves him needing a conversion here on 3rd and a tough 9. Wilson. Wide open receiver complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A good pickup there at 22. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
Here's Wilson. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. They'll run it now out of the gun. Johnson with a burst, a first down or more. And finally taken down at the 30-yard line. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first. Time for a break. Back to finish it off on EA Sports after this. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Here's Wilson to throw. Underneath for Johnson. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 11 more yards that go around. A first down as well. Wilson now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And that is caught. Touchdown, Cardinals. Braxton Berrios from 19 yards away. And the Cardinals get a bit closer. Russell Wilson now will bring his guys up to go for 2. From the shotgun, Wilson. And now here is another interception. Picked off by Logan Ryan. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Butker now to kick this one away. This is fielded at the goal line.
At some point, we're going to get it through our heads. Special teams, special teams, special teams. The spark that often wins games.
The Seattle offense now set to come back out on the field. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
And nowhere really to go there. He'll take this up just shy of midfield. The tackle made there by Dayon Buchanan.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. And the Seahawks on 3rd down. They've had good success, 5 for 8 to this point. This is 3rd and 7. From the gun, it's Rosen. And the pressure will bring him down here. The Cardinals get home for the sack.
Brandon, more often than not, you'd say they've had his number, and we can count them up so far. 1, 2, 3, 4 sacks given up. But guess what? He's still been able to make some plays, and right now they have a lead.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. This is taken at about the 14. Called out a 41-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And control of the football switching hands here with very little time remaining in this contest. And the Cardinals getting set to trot out there now. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. And a nice gain of 21 yards. And Charles, if you're the coach of the losing team, even though you made it to the playoffs and there's part of that that feels good, what do you say to your guys after?
I think you probably tell them how proud you are of them to make the effort to get to this game and then point them towards the future. If we're good enough to get here, all we've got to do is work harder, be better, and we can be good enough to go farther next season. How many times have we seen a team lose in the playoffs, and that girds them for a championship run in the future?
So that's